Table Topics Master, Miss MaryJane Sahagun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aaron. I'm going to be your Table Topics Master for today. And for our guests, I noticed we had a guest just enter the room. The Table Topics portion of our meeting is where we have prepared questions, and I'll call upon a volunteer. I guess you're not volunteering if I call on you, but you will have the opportunity to deliver an impromptu response within a 1 to 2 minute time frame. And it just helps you practice thinking on your feet. Let's say in a meeting and you're called on during a meeting to answer a question, gets you used to and practice that type of response. Our theme today for today's meeting is heroes. I'm going to have my questions themed around the meeting's theme. I looked at the definition of a hero, and a hero possesses anomalous characteristics. By definition, it is a person, typically a man. I don't really like that, but I think it's because I put hero and not heroine, so it's okay. Who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Now, growing up, you typically think of a superhero when you think of a hero. I know I used to be a big Captain Planet fan, and he was my hero. He was saving the planet and fighting pollution. But as I grew up, I realized that it didn't have to be a superhero. It could be anyone, political rights activist, your teachers. It could be a sports athlete, or someone very close to you, like a family member. Now, as I grew up, I found a new superhero. His name was Harry Potter. No, it's my parents. My parents are my superheroes. So what I want to start off with today is it is said that some people say that heroes are born, not made. If you agree with this, let me say that again. Some people say that heroes are born, not made. But if heroes are made, who or what makes them? Martin.
It's becoming very regular that I'm the first person called up for table topics, so I'm not going to expect any of this kind of anomalous behavior next time. I think that heroes are, in general, are made by their circumstances. So whatever type of situation you are that you live in, that forces you to draw upon something that's normally hidden within you that you wouldn't normally be able to show or tap into. And you know who's a real hero? Hero from Heroes. You don't know where that little text is from an episode of The Office, but I do think that show sort of portrays what I'm sort of trying to explain. None of those people, and most of the people that you think of when you're thinking about superheroes, when you're thinking about heroes in real life, Martin Luther King, most of these people are thrust into abnormal circumstances. And they have to rise up to meet the challenges that they face. That's where they really get the deep, inspirational sort of moments that we are all continually inspired by hundreds of years after they pass. So I definitely think that it's the circumstances that make you not where you're born, who you are, or where you come from. Thank you.
I think you're called on first because you set the bar high for the rest of the table topics. That was a really great response. Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, some heroes are considered to be athletes. My personal favorite athlete is Peyton Manning. Stephen, I'm not looking at you because I know you're a Tom Brady fan. We can agree to disagree. But if athletes are considered heroes, should they lead their lives differently because they are viewed so? And why is that? And if you would also share who your superhero is, who your superhero athlete is. Kyle.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. What? That was a bad start. Charles Barkley said that I'm not a role model, right, when he was playing basketball, and I think he was addressing the fact that people were very critical of him and his actions and the way he acts. When he was playing basketball, a lot of kids looked up to him. But I think that sports figures do have a heroic quality in them, that they actually act superhero-ish in the fact that they play sports so amazingly. So, I watch NBA TV, I watch these guys playing basketball, and I know what I'd play basketball like, and it just blows me away. Even watching Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Philadelphia 76ers, how good these guys really are. And so, what was the question?
Should they be held to a different standard?
I think they should be held to a different standard because of the impact that they have on children, especially. They should be held to a higher standard, no matter what Charles Barkley says. Thank you.
It was a sports question, Kyle. You should have known it was coming to you.
Yeah, I kind of felt it, yeah.
Okay. My next question is there anyone in society who is considered a hero or is looked up to or idolized who should not be? And this could be currently or in history. Matt.
Thank you, Madam Tabletop Master. I believe the answer to that question is most definitely. The first thing that jumped to my mind, don't want to offend anyone, is the Kardashians. I think there are there's a lot of reasons to admire people, and and I think that kind of differs from person to person. It kind of depends on your values. I think that a lot of times there's a misalignment, in at least my perspective, between people that really deserve respect and admiration and then people who actually get respect and admiration. And I think that there's a lot of reasons to explain that. It kind of irritates me a little, but I don't try to let myself get bothered by it because I can control my own actions and respect who I think deserves respect. But they do, as Kyle was saying, kind of have more of a responsibility if they're more impressionable. Is it time up? So I think that that's definitely an important thing.
All right.
Great.
I don't want to offend anyone either, but I couldn't agree with you more.
Right there with you.
I'm right there with you. My next question is, are you a hero to anyone in your life? And for what and if you're not, for what quality should you be a hero? Sorry. Audrey, do you want to try to take a shot at this? Yeah? Okay. Okay. Are you a hero to anyone in your life?
Personally, thank you for everybody and taking a chance to join the team today. Actually, because I come to this opportunity because I was encouraged by my management that I should attend some kind of communication to improve my speaking skill. Mm-hmm. So that's how I come here. So in answer to your question, personally, I'm not quite sure who I am going to be the hero, but to me, as of today, I'm still touchable. The most person in my life that touched my life, superhero, is my mom. I can share with you a couple of things back in my home country, and it's how it still affects my life today. My mom, she's my superhero. Definitely in your life, and I think you have some kind of similar story to share with each of us here about your parents, about your sweet memory of your parents. Back then, in my home country, our living condition is really in a very poor condition, and we were struggling a lot, and then how my mom sacrificed, and then always an example for us how to be facing with the relatives and facing with life, and then how to encounter with all the difficulties. And luckily in 1994, our family was sponsored by U.S. government, and then we and with the whole family come here. And I start doing my life, and she's also my hero. She looked at me that I will start with a very working level job, like a sewing machine, starting sit owner in the shopping machine like 12 hours a day and do the labor work. But she keeps saying, okay, you should not give up, okay? And then she always encourage us to start with the education, because it is the first step to open the door for all of us. And I myself am taking that advice, as she's a guidance, she's my superhero, and to follow her guideline. And I think I'll be on track. I've been starting working full half-time, part-time, full-time, and then eventually I got into the Cal State, and then I back on the track. I got my first degree, and then I got hired by Boeing. And then it did red flag to me that, oh, it's not like the end of the world. Everything you sacrifice, everything you try, have always the result at the end. And then she's always my guidance, my model, and my superhero in my life. And then whenever I talk about her, she passed away a couple of years ago, but to me, it still be my superhero for the end of my life.
I know I put you on the spot, Audrey, and that was the first time that you've spoken in front of us, but you opened up so beautifully, and it takes a lot of courage to stand in front of a group of people and talk about transactional things that don't really mean too much or carry too much weight, but all the things that you just said takes a lot of bravery. And if no one sees you as a hero, you have one person looking at you that way. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us. It was beautiful. And we're glad to have you. I don't know if we have time for another question. So I'm going to hand it over back to our Toastmaster, Mr. Aaron Wright.
One of my favorite parts of the meeting, table topics. All right, so now I would definitely like to thank all of our table